Would I be the asshole for refusing to go to my nephew's birthday party? Hello Reddit. I have a brother and sister-in-law roughly the same age as me. They have 2 children, male, 8 male, 10 child. We were all at a family gathering when my sister-in-law's mother idly commented, "I'm looking forward to seeing you at nephew's birthday party tomorrow." Now this shocked me because despite knowing he had an upcoming birthday, I'd heard nothing about any party and assumed there wouldn't be one this year, or that it was going to be late next week and invitations had yet to be sent. Clearly, this was not the case, and I told her that I know nothing about any birthday party. She looked a bit awkward and apologized before changing the subject. Well, I was quite upset at the revelation that there was apparently a birthday party planned with family, but I hadn't been invited, and I left quite shortly after that interaction. After the family catch-up, I received a text from my brother inviting me to my nephew's birthday. There was nothing really to the text, just oh hey, nephew's birthday tomorrow if you're free. My knee-jerk reaction was no, I am free, and I love my nephew, but I believe I was either outright forgotten or that I just wasn't invited. And now, because the cat is out of the bag, he's inviting me to save face, and so he can't be called the asshole for not inviting me. I don't know that I want to walk around a birthday party hosted by 2 people who, in all likelihood, didn't want or care to have me there in the first place. Plus, because I knew nothing, I don't even have a present for my nephew. But I'm worried about the potential long-term fallout or hurting my nephew's feelings. Would I be the asshole if I refused to go to my nephew's birthday because I believe I was forgotten or excluded? I'm worried I'll be the larger A for missing my nephew's birthday when I have an opportunity to attend. Just stop by to give your nephew a gift and say happy birthday so he knows you care, then leave. It's obvious you weren't invited because your ex was, and they probably thought you would cause problems even though you wouldn't. Your brother isn't fooling anyone. Everyone already knows you weren't invited. For now, avoid the party and maybe take a break from your brother altogether. Would I be the asshole if I refused to return a Taylor Swift ticket that StubHub is demanding back from my coworker? Hey Reddit. My coworker Emily, female 27, sold me a Taylor Swift Eras Tour ticket last November for one of her shows later this year for $700. I have been a huge Taylor Swift fan for a very long time, and I felt like I hit the jackpot when she sold me my ticket because I know how disgustingly overpriced tickets are currently reselling for, especially for her North America shows. Before Emily sold me the ticket, she had it up for sale on StubHub for $2,700, but nobody bought it. I knew this when buying the ticket and assumed that once I bought the ticket, she would take it down. A few weeks ago when I saw Emily in the office, she told me that she had forgotten to take the ticket off of StubHub when I bought it, and someone else bought it earlier that week. I didn't think too much of it because I figured that she would just have to contact StubHub to explain that she didn't have the ticket anymore, and that would be that. Today I got a direct message from Emily telling me that I need to send the ticket back to her. Apparently, StubHub has a policy where if someone sells a ticket they don't have, they're on the hook to pay for a similar replacement ticket for the buyer at an equal or greater amount than the price it originally sold for. This means that she would likely have to pay $2,700 or more to StubHub for her mistake. She was apologetic, but I am devastated. Going to this concert truly meant so much to me, and I can't afford to see her anywhere else other than my city. I am so sad. I haven't answered Emily's message yet. She has offered to give me half of the sale profit for sending her the ticket back so I can maybe find another ticket. But here is where I may be the asshole. I want to ask her for all of the profit so I can at least have a fighting chance at a nosebleed seat or something. I don't think it's right for her to mess up the way she has and still make a profit from this. So Reddit, would I be the asshole for saying that the only way I'm sending back the ticket is if I get the full profit from the sale? In my opinion, you have done nothing wrong here. Emily already sold you the ticket for $700, which she was happy with at the time. If you return the ticket, she would get $2,700 from StubHub and still have your $700, which is unfair. Whether you keep the ticket or not, you deserve the full sale price from StubHub to make up for the hassle she caused. Am I the jerk for making a one-off Gibe at my siblings' partner's fake boobs and fake nose after they insulted my Hinge matches? Yesterday, I went hiking with my brother and his girlfriend. I had informed them 2 weeks prior that I had recently joined Hinge. While on the hike, my brother inquired about my experience on the app. I proceeded to show them my matches and a few interesting conversations on my phone. After revealing 3 conversations, my brother questioned why I was spending time chatting with what he considered unattractive girls. I asked if he was joking or if he genuinely found them unappealing. He insisted that those 3 were unattractive and challenged me to show him a beautiful match out of the remaining 30. I presented one whom I found attractive, to which he rated her as a mere 6 at best and sought his girlfriend's opinion. She responded with a smirk and a no comment. I was taken aback by her arrogance. While my brother's comments bothered me slightly, his girlfriend's behavior pushed me over the edge. I retorted that at least the girls I matched with didn't have more silicone than brain. Admittedly, that was a low blow. Both my brother and his girlfriend were offended. My brother reprimanded me for my comment, stating that it was uncalled for to speak to his girlfriend in that manner. She clarified that her no-comment response was not meant to insinuate that she found the girls unattractive, but rather not as attractive as I perceived them to be. I responded dismissively, and she retorted that I could continue fawning over these girls if it pleased me. I assured her that I would. Surprisingly, the remainder of the hike was not as tense as I had anticipated, and we were able to restore some semblance of harmony. Later that evening, my brother phoned me. He acknowledged that he shouldn't have criticized my matches, but also noted that my response was unwarranted. I admitted he was right, but urged him to address his girlfriend's increasingly confrontational behavior. Perplexed, he inquired further, but I simply stated that she was displaying more unpleasant traits each time I interacted with her. Without seeking clarification, he advised me to mature and promptly ended the call. I think you are in the wrong here. It was big of your brother to apologize to you after you behaved that way, but you set out to personally insult his girlfriend, which was extremely rude. Instead of talking it out and both of you growing in this situation, you attacked her again for no reason. She deserves an apology from you. Am I the jerk for being annoyed with my spouse for getting me a new laptop? Hey there. I have had my laptop for a few years now, and it definitely shows some wear and tear. My wife always makes comments about how old it is and laughs when the fans kick in at higher speeds. I don't overload or overclock it and keep the workload to what I know it can handle, so it's not like I'm hurting it. It's just well used. She has been bugging me to get a new one for quite some time now, but my old one worked perfectly fine, and it's what I'm used to. I told her flatly that I do not want one right now, and that it's something I'll look into in the future, since I am particular about the specifications and such. Also, I am saving up for some other things, so I wanted to wait. I had to travel for work last week and left my laptop at home. When I came home, it was gone. I couldn't find it anywhere. I asked my wife if she had seen it, and she gave me this big smile and pulled out a brand new high-end laptop. It was already imaged with a clone of my old one, and she even had an external drive with backups of my work. She deflated when I didn't look excited. I was trying so hard to be nice about it, but I felt offended and annoyed. I had very clearly said I was happy with my old one and that it was what I was used to. But she ignored me and used the money I was setting aside for other things on it. I make more than I need, so it's not like I'm hurting for it, but still. Also, I feel like my privacy was invaded in some way. I have nothing to hide, but even so, many of these stories and such are very personal to me, and I don't want anyone reading them. She took my laptop to a store and let the workers go through my data. Who knows what they looked at? I feel humiliated that she would go against my wishes about my own stuff and potentially showcase private things to strangers. She thinks I'm being a great jerk for not being super thankful and excited about this. What do you guys think? Am I the asshole? It's perfectly reasonable that you're annoyed and upset. You work in it and know exactly what you want and need, so it's not her place to take your laptop and replace it and pay for it out of your savings. Due to not paying attention, your wife has not only spent money you were saving for other things, but also interfered with any plans you had for your laptop when you upgraded. You need to sit down and talk to her about this and explain that while you love that she wants to be thoughtful, what she did was actually not thoughtful. Am I the jerk for refusing to share batch-cooked food with my sibling? I am a 27-year-old mother of 2 with my 3rd child on the way. To make life easier, my husband or I will batch cook and freeze a lot of food so we are not stressed about meals. Typically, we batch cook 1-2 times a week and store it in our large freezer. Last month, my sister's husband was in the hospital for a week, and as a favor to my parents, I babysat my sister's kids. She was okay with this and it went well. However, after her husband got home, she called me up and asked what I was feeding them. I gave her a rough list. She scoffed at it and ended our call. Apparently, she spoke to our parents, who mentioned that I balance all the food I give my kids, including veggies. With this information, my sister reached out and told me to send her a bunch of the food I have in my freezer because she's tired of her kids not eating their veggies. I told her that after the way she demanded it and insulted me, my answer was no. She told me I should be willing to help out family. I told her I already helped, and my answer was no. She grew more annoyed, called me a selfish brat, and hung up. Yesterday, she texted me to say she hopes I'm proud of myself for not helping out. For those who will ask why we are not close, my sister judged me for getting pregnant in my 20s. She didn't think I could be a good mom because we don't share the same parenting opinions, and she was rude about it. She has always acted like I'm just a screw-up and a baby. Am I the asshole? You are not in the wrong here. At the start, it was confusing why you hadn't met her children, but the answer became immediately apparent. Your sister can ask others for help if she can't appreciate how you've bettered yourself and your family. Keep the door open for those kids in the future, but definitely keep it shut on your sister to avoid any more drama. Am I the jerk for excluding my child's best friend from their birthday party? My 36-year-old female daughter's 13-year-old female birthday was last weekend. There's this trampoline park in town that offers sleepover parties. Her school is very small, so there are only 20 students in her entire year. When we were booking the event, she said to only book 19 places. I asked her if she was sure she wasn't missing out someone, but she assured me there were only 19 kids in her class, and I was just misremembering. Fast forward to her birthday, and this girl Camila shows up with an entire box full of gifts. I remembered picking up my daughter from school at the beginning of the school year and seeing her chatting and being very friendly with Camila, so I assumed they were quite good friends. When Camila went up to hug my daughter and wish her a happy birthday, she lightly pushed her away and told Camila she couldn't attend as we forgot to book her place. I apologized to Camila and her mother and offered to talk to the people in charge and pay for her place, but my daughter insisted that Camila couldn't come. Camila was very distraught over this and started sobbing. I pulled my daughter aside and asked her why Camila couldn't join. She said that Camila was just really weird, obsessive, and creepy, and she didn't want to be friends with her anymore. Camila's mother had found out about the party through another parent, and Camila decided to surprise my daughter knowing she hadn't been given an invite. I returned the gifts to Camila, apologized again, and gently told her that there weren't enough spaces. Her mother started screaming at me, telling me that I was a grown adult woman bullying a preteen girl. I told her that it was my daughter's birthday party, she could invite whoever she wanted. She accused me of raising my daughter to be a bully, and that she couldn't just invite the entire class and exclude one girl. I told her that my daughter's a teenager, not a 5-year-old. She can't be forced to invite the entire class just to be nice. I said that I didn't want to raise a doormat. I didn't want to teach her to value the feelings of others at the expense of her own. If my daughter feels uncomfortable around someone, then I prioritize her well-being over that of a stranger's. Camila's mother is now talking to the teachers to punish my daughter for bullying Gaio. I've tried explaining to her that my daughter was simply setting her boundaries. She shouldn't have to face consequences for that. Camila's mother said that I was an evil Bochi who took joy in bullying little girls. Am I the asshole? You have done things to make me think you are the jerk here, Apiao. Your daughter lied about the class size to exclude Camila, and it's unclear if she's being mean or if there's another issue at play. You should go to the school to understand the full context and find out if bullying is happening. If Camila's mom found out details from another parent, the exclusion seems intentional. Be cautious about believing your daughter's innocence without investigating further. Thanks for watching. When you subscribe, make sure to hit the bell to turn on notifications so you never miss a video. To finish listening to all the stories, check out the playlist in the description.